Nice.
Oh shit, here we go again.
What's up, timeless gamers? Welcome to the Timeless Gamer Show, where our games and bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain timeless. Previously on TGS, we were talking gaming mascots. And if you want to check out that episode, head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. If you enjoyed that discussion, follow us on your preferred social media platform by searching Timeless Gamer Show. To everyone watching live or tuning in via the podcast, thank you for joining us and thank you for listening wherever you are. We really do appreciate it. In this episode, we are discussing co-op games where you and a friend play together and you accidentally shoot your friend in the head because somebody left friendly fire on. There's so many great co-op games out there. Drop your favorites in the comments. Tell us your funniest co-op stories. We want the drama. We want the chaos. We'd love to hear. I'm RV, your show captain for this episode. Let me introduce to you my co-op buddies. First up, he's undefeated in WCW Mayhem. It's Sir JDM.
Hello, everyone. I think my mic. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Timeless Gamer Show. We were not here last week because we did Kwentong Videohan, our other podcast. And today we'll be talking about co-op games from the past up to the present. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Sir JDM. And turning pixels into art, it's the talented Sir Mark.
Wow, napaka-special naman nun. Hi guys, welcome to TGS. I hope you guys are doing okay. Our episode for today is about co-op games. So I'm pretty sure some of you play co-op games with your relatives, family, friends, brothers, sisters. So yun, if you have comments, please comment lang kayo dyan sa may comment section natin. So yun, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Thank you, Sir Mark and Mark. Our show's heart and soul. Show some love for Sir Joel.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are. This is Joel here on the Timeless Gamers Show, talking about a topic that I'm not particularly good at because I'm a solo gamer by principle, as indicated by my tagline here. But I am more than willing to discuss how the games that I do play can be played in co-op mode. So co-op being, the basic idea of somebody being right next to you, or someplace or connected to the internet with their own console with the same game. I do see the principle and I do see how fun it can be. So, yep, I'm willing to discuss it, and I hope you guys are too. Make sure you guys place your comments in the chats, and we hope to have a lively discussion. Back to you, RV.
Thank you, Sir Joel. Next up, he hates the environment but likes co-op games. Please welcome Sir Viraj.
Yes. This is what I'm talking about. I like these sort of topics. This is a special subject because for someone who grew up with an annoying younger brother, I had to often share things, and my father would buy video games that would be co-op, which would be two-player. So I have a whole wealth of knowledge on games from then and even now, and we're obviously going to have to pick one game we'll talk about, but I think they're great. They're great fun. So this should be a very special episode. And again, like Sir Joel said, it'd be interesting to hear your takes in the comment section. All right,
100%. Thank you, Sir Viraj. And last but not least, our RPG Pro. Put your hands together for So Joe.
Hey,
Hey.
That's it.
That's
That's
called
how you
being,
define.
yeah,
That's
that's
how
called
you
being
define
understated.
kiss.
Yeah.
I think that might have.
KISS.
So, Joe, are you an only child? That sort
oh
of like.
no, oh no. Just like Sir Joe, stop making multiplayer games. I hate people.
Agree.
Well,
Yeah,
this
same
is
here. Same here.
Come on, man. They're fun. They're fun. But
No,
anyway,
I mean, as far as co-op games, yeah, I'm not an only child. I mean, I got an elder brother and a younger brother as well. Lots of cousins. So growing up, co-op games. I mean, it was the norm at the time. I had no choice. I mean, if you don't have any consoles, but they do, you have to play. You have to play ball every once in a while. Just to play some Sega or Nintendo. But hey, we're talking about co-op video games, guys. So. It might bring up some old memories from way back then, even if you're playing some now. Let's talk about them.
all right.
That's it. Thank you, Sir Joe. Let's start. We'll start with you, Sir Viraj. I believe
Alright.
you're presenting River City Girls 2.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to shout out to the chat. Sorry.
Yeah.
So John, Sir Marlon, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry. Yes, Sir Viraj.
Jay
please.
Mallows. It's Jay Mallows. Hi, Sir JM.
And for those of you in the comments,
Sir
section,
Marlon. There you go.
those of you in the chat, obviously throw out your favorite co-op games that you played or you think are good and worth talking about. It'd be good. We do listen. We do look at the comment section. Sometimes we might seem like we're annoying.
I do reply.
But yeah, those in the comment section joining us, do take part in the show. It makes the show. You're
Yes,
the other
agreed.
half. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so my special choice of co-op gaming. There's so many, but I thought why not pick a modernish one this time, which is still retro in terms of its styling. So the game in question is River City Girls 2, which is the sequel to River City Girls, developed by Way Forward and co-published by Way Forward and Arc System Works. This came out in 2022, so it's still relatively recent, I'd say, and they're still selling it. And it's got to the point where there's like a trilogy bundle you can get. It's called River City Girls Complete, and you have River City Girls 2, and River City Girls 0, which is a port of the Super Nintendo game, which was, well, I say Super Famicom game, which has been localized. Also, you've got the video of the gameplay here and now. So, what is River City Girls 2? What makes it special and unique compared to other games? And that's the reason I chose this game, because it's different to other beat 'em up brawler games and how it is in terms of its presentation, graphical style, music, and just the gameplay overall. So it's an expansion and extension of the first River City Girls game, which was outstanding back in 2019. And the plot is there's two girls, they're best friends, Kyoko and Misako, and their boyfriends were kidnapped by the Yakuza. Okay, and you have to go through this city to take on all these gangs and all these sort of adversaries to find your boyfriends. That was the first plot of the first game, and it's told in this. The story is told in this very interesting comic book style, which is really fun. And you can tell there's been so much effort, so much attention to detail that went into these games. And the second one just expands on the first game to the nth degree. Now, the key difference between the first and the second game is the first player is 2-player couch co-op. This one is 4-player couch co-op. So a lot more people can play on one television. Now, as opposed to, say, your Streets of Rage 4 and your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder Revenge, this is a very different kind of beat 'em up brawler, whereas they're more arcade style, where you got one level and you have to get through it. There's a boss and that's the end of it, and you get to the next stage. Those are actually subsequently shorter games because of their arcade style. This is actually a much more lengthier game. It can take hours to sort of win through, and you'd have to sort of continue and left off because there is an exploration element. You have to go through a whole city of River City. And as you can see here, there's shops. You can buy things because when you beat up people, you get to pick up their money. You get some cash, just like in the original River City game on the NES. Obviously, the River City series hails back to the NES era, and Technos Japan did it, and a lot of the games stayed in the Japan region, to be fair. So it is a spiritual successor that Way Forward have resurrected. Now, you may have heard me go on about Way Forward being a developer that I love, and anything they touch is gold. And this is probably, in my opinion, their best game that I've played to date. So if you look at a close up the image, you can see the animation is there. The graphics for what it is outstanding. You have a lot of color there. You have a lot of frames of animation. It's very smooth. You can pull off very dynamic moves in this, not just punching and kicking. You also have different combination attacks. So it's not just your basic beat 'em up where you just punch and you kick. There are different sequences and different moves you pull off, just like in a versus fighter. So it's much more complex, which adds to a much more immersive gameplay experience. Thinking, okay, this villain fights like this. He's fighting in the air, or this villain's going to come at me here. What attack is best suited for them? And you think of it in your mind in a split second. And you have to learn the attacks, and you pick up different moves in the dojos in the city. And obviously, you buy those moves with the currency. That look, you see the money that was dropped there, and you pick up coins and you get it. It's really as simple as that. Each character has their own move sets, their own attacks. So it's not like Kyoko is a carbon copy of Misako. They have their own style, and they have their own personalities. Misako is more of a badass. That's why I always pick her as a character. Because Kyoko is more of a cutesy girly girl. So different characters of different ranges. If you're a bit squeamish or don't want to play the girls, or you want to play as a boy because you think that's a bit sissy, you can play as in this game. Obviously, in the sequel, the boyfriends are playable now. So you have that, and the plot of the second game is a lot more. There's a darkness that's back in the city, and you have to sort of deal with it. That's basically the plot. Obviously, it borrows elements because the Double Dragon series and this share a common ancestry, and the characters from Double Dragon appear in this as well, which is fun. There's no spoiler there. It was the case in the first game, but they are playable in this game, which is really cool, and you unlock them as you go along on this adventure. Again, a lot more storytelling in this game, a lot more fun characters. And what I like about the NPCs in this game is they're just not throwaway. It's like they've got their own write-ups, their own story, their own personality. It's like they're real. And that's what I like about this. It's like somebody actually made an effort to draw up a personality profile for these things. And it is literally like playing a cartoon. And I just love the animated graphics on this, and I love the expressions on their faces. I like the art style. It really does make it so much fun to think, okay, this person's shocked. Oh, this is funny. And it's got a number of themes in terms of humor. There's a lot of humor in this game, a lot of things that keep you engaged, a lot of things that you can laugh at, a lot of Easter eggs that hold back to the 1990s and that era. So fundamentally, who is this game for? Well, it's for everyone. That's the truth. Like anyone who loves retro gaming, anyone who loves the sort of animes or that style of graphics, anyone who likes sort of colorful dynamic beat 'em ups and brawlers. And anyone who wants something like, I think this would definitely appeal to Sir Joe, because I know with him, he's not so much into action games, but he likes the role-playing game and level up elements. And it does have a level up mechanic in it, which makes it unique from all the other beat 'em ups. I haven't seen anything quite like this, where you level up, you can buy food and you can get health on the way, and you can hold it and you can store it. So it's not just about beating the crap out of people. There's also various missions and little fetch quests you have to do, and sort of targets you have to reach, etc. And there's also various aspects of the city you have to go back to unlock. So it's like you might pass something and think, okay, I'll come here. You also have the ability to get around the city a lot quicker. You obviously got buses, like here's your bus stop. You can get from one stop to another, so you're not having to sort of go through the whole city. So they made it a lot more accessible and practical. So this game pretty much ticks a lot of the boxes. I don't really have that much criticism for this game, to be honest, because it plays really well. I've played it in single player, though, however. The only criticism I suppose you could say is getting somebody or getting some friends with you to play it is difficult, because you'll never beat this in one session. It's quite a lengthy game, whereas probably a game like Streets of Rage 4 and Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge you can do in one session. I have done those games in one session. This one, getting my two friends, because I usually play 3 players with this, with brawlers, it's very difficult because you cannot do it in one sitting. Another thing that they may find difficulty doing is learning the buttons as to how to pull off the moves, and you have to be patient for the second and third player to think, okay, I'm ready now. We can go out, because you've got to wait for them while they're trying to think, okay, Viraj, wait, I don't know how to pull off this move. Let me just check in the dojo. Let me just check out in the options menu as to how that button combination works. So there you go. But yes, a very dynamic, interesting, colorful game. I had like this is another interesting tidbit of information that I'm sharing. It's a bit embarrassing, but I as some of you are aware, I've actually hacked my Switch One and I downloaded this game. I downloaded a whole bunch of games unofficially, right? And Karma hit me because my Switch One crashed, and this is the game on it. So I got really far into this game, and then my memory file got corrupted. So I had to reset the whole thing. I couldn't even save the backup data, and I got to start from scratch, which is painful. But I've decided, because now I've got a Switch 2, I thought, you know what? This game is available in a nice trilogy now. I'll buy it. I'll pay my dues. I'll show the game the respect it does by actually being someone who'll buy it. So I will be buying this game very shortly in the first edition print, which is still available.
Yeah, and actually, as a side note, though, that's how we gamers operate. Sure, we might source our games illegally to try it out, to give it a feel. But if there's a game that we really do enjoy, that we really want to make part of our permanent collection, we do spend the money to make it happen. That's how we do it.
This is a game that deserves to be bought physically, but even if you don't care about buying it digitally and you're on a budget, this is so cheap now on Steam. It's available on Android, for goodness sakes. It's available on all sorts of platforms. So
it is part of the Kunio-kun universe, right?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. It's the Kunio-kun universe. This is the new take on it. Way Forward are sort of continuing with this franchise where Technos Japan left off. What's really interesting is there's a level where you go to this computer technology company and it says Technos on it, so it plays tribute to that. And there's a museum that you go into, and you see a NES and a SNES or Super Famicom.
You see those old logos like Technos. It brings back such
it hits you in the feels like Technos. Oh my god!
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So I think this game, like I say, for everyone. Again, the storytelling, the comic strip there. I like it because you've got voice acting in there. The soundtrack. One thing I forgot to mention is the soundtrack is so good. It's gonna make you laugh. I actually did buy the first game physically, just for the soundtrack by Megan McDuffie. And I've since sold that first game physically for the amount it cost me with the soundtrack because I kept the soundtrack. So the game has actually gone up in its value, the first print edition. And the second soundtrack I just bought because somebody was selling it separate from their collector's set because I just loved the soundtrack that Megan McDuffie did. You can listen to it on YouTube. And I actually spoke with the artist saying, I love your soundtrack. She responded to me on YouTube saying, I'm really glad that you liked it. And I said, where can I get it? On disc, you can only get it from limited run. Yeah, right. Yeah, so she
all right. A little bit of an interruption, Viraj. We have a special request here from the audience. We always try to accommodate our audience members. From Jake Vega Samson, he says to please shout out to Philip Antonio of Tondo, Manila. Hello, Philip Antonio from Jake Vega Samson. We do our very best to accommodate our audience members, and
that's our very ransom city, Tondo.
Okay, there you go, Tondo. Yes, where lead is part of the atmosphere. You walk around, there's almost always a chance that you'll run into a high velocity lead projectile. Anyway,
in that area.
That's true. That's true. All right, so that was our shout out. Back to you.
I gotta say,
I want to make a very quick point here as well. When I say it's for everybody, it's for anyone 12 plus because it has got some adult themes in it. I don't want to spoil anything, but there is a bit of there's a conversation between where they meet Marion from the Double Dragon series, the girl that's been she's been redesigned and she's quite buff in this game. And she says something that's a bit, I can understand why it's 12 rated to the girls, about what her and the two boys were up to. But anyway, that's another story.
And from J Malos, the level is hard in Tondo. Definitely, J Malos. When you're walking around in Tondo, it's not just the enemies that walk around that you have to beat up. It's also, the random stray bullets that you have to avoid as well. Yeah, that's true.
You have River City, you have New York City.
Tondo is that place. I'm absolutely sure there is one place in every single country like that. But yes, I think in Colombia it's Medellin. I think yes, Medellin. No, there you go. All right, back to you, RV.
Your
thoughts on the game, basically. Back to you, RV. What do you think?
I got to say the artwork looks gorgeous. I like the character designs. I'm curious to know, so Mark, what do you think of the character designs and looking at this game? You can see the combos get very high. You can see 27 up there, and
actually, I got this game from Epic Games. It was free that time. Now looking at it, I saw the artworks, I saw the pixel arts, and I actually based some of my works from
Nice.
that game. Ang ganda kasi. And also, I really love the aesthetic of it. Also,
Me
the
too.
ha- the 2D arts are very impressive. So, diba?
Mm.
Yeah,
Panalo.
they really do have some very aggressive facial expressions when they get in a fight, and then sometimes they're like, you hear the voice actor say, "I'll punch your face in," when you're like beating someone. She says, "I'll punch your face," and they get really angry. Masako, my character, says that, and they all have their own speeches. So there's a lot of content in there as well. Another two things I forgot to mention as well was you can obviously pick up weapons in this game. You can pick up like a baseball and throw it at someone, or you might find a battle. You can smash it. And obviously they've got a limited amount of usage. Another point I forgot to mention, or you haven't seen it in the video here, but when you punch some villains up, like some of them get on their knees and start begging, and then you can make, and then you can make them, and then you can make you have a choice of beating them down fully, or you can they can become your assist characters. So you can have assist characters to help you when you're playing, on this game. So they can come out and act as like an extra gang member for you, and they can you use them as an attack basically, and they'll come out of nowhere and punch somebody, and then they'll go back. Or they'll get punched back or whatever. But it's really interesting how you have that as a unique feature. I've not seen that on any other games, having an assist character come out of there. So they've really gone full tongue with this beat 'em up. It's very advanced for what it is. And whilst like I said, you've got conventional stuff like Streets Rage 4 or Shredder's Revenge, and they sort of went in a traditional line of that arcade style of beat 'em up. And the things you get in that game is what you expect from it. Whereas this is something completely different, something you haven't seen before. And I have to give props to Way Forward for the way that they've gone direct in this game. It is a superb adventure style beat 'em up, and there's nothing quite like it. And that's why I would strongly recommend this game as a couch co-op, because it's not something you've seen before, and it's not something different, new and exciting and dynamic. This is such a fun game to play, especially with your friends, because you can laugh at the story as well, because it's quite funny. The comedy and the comic stuff in there. Thinking, oh, okay, it's interesting.
So, Joe, your thoughts? I know you're not too much into co-op games, but would you give this a try?
I mean, the only the only okay. So with the co-op games, the true value or the true beauty of co-op games is playing it with other people. And for something like River City Girls, in this case, two, uh, I'm watching the gameplay, and it seems a lot more fun if you really are playing it with like complete like four characters all together in one screen. It's just more chaotic, it's more fun uh, looking at it rather than just you playing by your lonesome.
Yeah.
Uh, Closest game, of course. I mean, that's the thing with co-op games. I mean, there's a lot of them out there, mostly fighting, mostly beat 'em up games, of course. And uh, thinking of like Streets of Rage or Final Fight or I'm not sure if Sir One's gonna come up here. I remember Scott Pilgrim
Yes.
that came out for the last 10 years or so. Nice pixel art as well, and including this one. So getting all of those inspirations from other beat 'em ups of the 90s. Yeah, I mean, you can clearly see the inspiration that they took from here. I also like how they incorporated the getting the items. I mean, shopping for items to gain some buff effects. That's a nice touch, of course. I think Scott Pilgrim also did that kind of mechanic. I'm not sure. I can remember. But at least with this one, you're not just going from left to right. I mean, you're also in some cases you're going right to left as well.
Up
At least
and
it's
down.
not just so linear. Unlike from the late 80s and early 90s beat 'em up games where you usually just scroll from left to right. So I kind of like that. Not a lot of video games are like that actually in terms of fighting games anyway. River City Girls 2. I don't know. Maybe I was expecting a little bit more girls in there.
There are.
I mean, there are girls, but you got Ricky and Kunio. I mean, there's two more I saw in there in the character selection screen, but I'm just saying, and this is just a nitpick. I want more girls in there, as playable characters. I mean, keep it
Yeah,
girls,
fair.
keep it girly. You know what I mean? Hey, it's been a while since we have like a female centric video game. Might as well just put more girls in there. I mean, make Ricky or Kunio the bonus characters, sure, but for the first four playable characters, hey, might as well just all girls, right? Because
Well,
like
if that's
yeah,
the
because I
case,
grew up
Joe.
with because I grew up with beat 'em up games with bunch of guys and just that one girl,
Just the one girl. Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah.
Final fight, you only got Maki. That's it.
Cadillacs and
Golden
dinosaurs.
freaking axe. You only got what? Late
Mm,
uh
a fire. Virus.
Each way you got
Tyrus or
Tyrese,
whatever.
Iris,
right?
yeah.
Tyrus
Uh,
Slayer. Yeah.
You
I
got
can call
Blade,
her Tyrese.
Okay.
I can call her Tyrese. Tyrese,
Well,
right?
just go
Oh,
play
I mean,
Sailor Moon, yeah. Just go play Sailor Moon.
You only got
Go play
Blade.
Sailor
right?
Moon,
So,
innit? All the
hey,
women are there.
more
innit?
girls.
You
No,
got
I
Sailor
mean,
Moon for you,
I
innit?
would. Yeah, as Viraj was saying, if that's the case, you might as well play the Sailor Moon arcade beat 'em up.
That's
That's
what I'm
all.
saying. If
Mm,
we're going, to
mm.
all of you girls out there who's been complaining, oh, we don't have too much female representation.
We
Hey,
have
you
Sailor
got
Moon.
Sailor Moon. All
Yeah.
right.
There you go.
There's the arcade beat 'em up game, and there's also the
Mhm.
Sega Mega
What about
Drive beat 'em up
you
game
got
as well.
you
My
got
knowledge.
you got Dragon's Crown though? You like that one? That was fun.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Dragon's Crown is good. Yeah.
Mm.
Honestly,
So
Vanillaware,
what do they say?
almost any Vanillaware game, 10 out of 10.
Have
I'm
you
Yeah.
gonna
seen
wear that
one?
vanilla. Yes.
If you want the women's, there's a women's game. This is obviously an equal opportunities game for both gender. Obviously, it's predominantly for women. Yeah, they've got women characters leading in this, and there are quite a few bit of women in here to defend it. You get to play as Marion, and she's buff. You get another character in there. There's actually a lot more women. Obviously, in this, what you're seeing here, and men, there are actually a lot of women in here. So I wouldn't just judge it just from what you can see here. There's a lot more depth to this game than what you see.
No,
You know?
I saw the other two. I saw the other two. What I'm saying is,
You didn't find them
Just more
attractive. Is that what you're saying? They
Just
weren't
more
for you.
girls.
They weren't for you. You didn't like them because they might have been a bit too young for you. I understand. But
I
you know,
know.
it is
I like
what it
them
is.
young too.
I know you.
I mean-
Well, where are your mind?
All right.
And where it goes?
I mean, just like Sir Jose, we like them barely legal.
They
Oh
are
yeah,
very-
drag
whoa,
us
whoa,
into
whoa,
this.
whoa.
He's not here. Okay.
He's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, I know.
He
But
does,
I think on
guys. he
that
does.
note,
there are
we'll
some very attractive
Shout out to
full
Sir
figure
Jose.
women in this. There are some big women in this for men as well, not just little girls as well. So this isn't just for youngsters.
Anyway, so yes, that we'll put a bow on this and back to RV.
so Raj, I think it is a great game choice. Thank you for sharing that.
You're
We'll
welcome.
move on to
It's
so
cheap.
JD.
It's cheap. Everyone can play it because it's cheap now. So you got no
Yes.
excuse. If you want a good game, this is it. All right.
Mhm.
Play River City Girls 2. Yes,
River City
100%.
Girls too.
Sir JDM, you're presenting, I believe, Gauntlet Legends as your co-op game choice.
Gauntlet Legends? No, I think Sir RB misread the chats that we have.
Oh, okay. Well, what's
I-
your game, JDM?
Yes, my game is going to be Vigilante 8.
Oh yeah,
Second
that's
Edition.
right. That's right. Vigilante. Yes, nice one. Okay.
But before I present my game, I'm going to show something that I have collated from
Oh, wonderful.
the yesteryears. And it will show you videos that I got from like 2 decades ago.
Wow.
So
History.
this is
Love it.
so this is from 2002. These are my cousins, and they're playing something. It's 19. I'm not sure if it's 1942 or 1943. It's a compilation. So they're playing this game. There they are, and look at their very innocent faces. They're so into it, and you know the logic of when we were kids that we thought that the harder you press the button, the harder the damage will become.
Makes sense.
So,
Makes sense.
press a lot of they button mash a lot.
That's adorable.
So, Yeah. Then fast forward to 2010.
Oh.
It's still my
Where
cousins,
to?
but a
Whoever
different set of
wins,
cousins.
we're still
And
losing.
this is not a co-op game. This is a arcade game, a
Versus
fighting
fight.
game. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Tekken 5.
Mm.
Because we used to play these mini tournaments where we pit with each other, and you need to defend your like championship. We have this like bracelet or tiara that acts as our
So,
title
Cool.
belt. Then this is from 2011. We're playing um, Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
mm.
Nice.
This is also for the PS2. I'm not really good at this game. They really like to use Onaga because he does these very cheap moves. I mean that. I really love bringing my consoles whenever my cousins are around because
That's cool.
Wow.
so there's a lot more videos here that I have shot from the past few years, but I think most of them are lost now. And that's
Oh,
what I love about co-op or couch
As
couch co-op
expected of
or
our
couch
resident
gaming.
archivist, I guess archiving has been something that you do ever since
Yes,
GDS.
I did not realize that actually that I've
Mhm.
been archiving media from print ads to
Mhm.
playing uh with my cousins playing video games. I
Nice.
didn't
Oh,
really realize.
what we thought you didn't realize that your controller was never connected at all.
mm.
No, I was not
You
that
only
kid.
realize it now. What the
We
No,
all
I
fuck
played
is
did.
that
wrong
trick
with
on younger
you?
siblings. We
I,
always did it.
I
If they were like not aware, you just take the controller out. You want to burn your own. That's it. You know.
Napaka-evil.
Yeah.
What I
Funny.
found
Yeah, you think you're
interesting
winning?
about that was they went from playing cooperative games to combative games. Like they were fighting a war and they're fighting each other now when they're older. I
Mm.
thought that was interesting.
Yeah, because because you keep hitting each other, might as well just
Might as well
keep
make
fighting in
score points out of it.
right?
But yes,
I mean, there were some beat 'em up games
continue,
who are like
JDS.
that. Looking at you,
Mm.
Battletoads.
Yeah, that's true.
but
Okay, go ahead,
fortunately,
JDS.
fortunately for me, I did not experience getting the unplugged controller or getting a remote as
Mm.
a controller because I was the one who did that to my cousins. One of my younger cousins back then. So, anyways, going back to Vigilante 8 Second Offense, it's a PS1 game published by Activision and developed by a defunct video game company called Luxo Flux. And it's a two-player to four-player co-op game. It's similar to Twisted
Twisted
Metal,
Metal.
but it did not gain as much popularity because we know Twisted Metal is the best action vehicular game uh, that we know back then. Even now, although we don't see any more from that genre because it already died. And this game is the story is it's 1977 and there's an like fuel wars, and then the vigilantes they were fighting these bandits called the uh,
Iran.
coyotes.
Oh,
let's
no.
let's die the name to coyotes. And um the vigilantes won the war, so they got in charge of the oil trade
Hmm.
up until the future year of 2017 where, where the US decided to drop the fuel and use nuclear or other clean power. So the trade became like they almost became obsolete. So Clyde, who was the leader of the vigilantes back then, he went rogue and he stole this time travel machine and went back to 1977 to like he want to make change everything,
Mm.
so he could control the energy war. And then most of um, the characters from the previous game, they became the uh, most of the antagonists from the previous game became the heroes. And then yeah, so this is like just twisted metal, and you can play a campaign mode where you do a set of you need to complete a set of objectives.
Mm.
But it varies because you have the vigilantes who are the protagonists, then the antagonists are the coyotes, and there's another group who are like independent drivers who got caught in the middle of the oil wars, who are called the um, I forgot in I forgot their affiliation, but they have set of goals to complete in the story, and you could work with your pals. I think for the campaign mode, you can only do uh, 2 players, and you can play co-op up to 4 players, pitting with other drivers. And for example, this one you could see the on the screen you have 4 players here. I'm not sure if they're playing versus or arcade style, but one of the game modes is co-op mode, where you need to you can do a survival mode while playing with your friends. You could also do a death match with them. So this is the time where they develop the what do you call that attachment? The dual tap, the dual tap attachment, where you could add up to 4 controllers at the same time. My only complaint about this game is that it gets too sluggish when you're playing the 4 player games, because we know the limitation of the PS1 back then. And the game is kind of glitchy, especially if you're using a specific uh, car, vehicle, or driver, because whenever you spam the special weapon, it suddenly freezes up, so you need to restart the game again, restart the game, and start the mission, especially if you're doing the campaign story. And I don't know if that's really a glitch, but I think it's also the reason why I don't sometimes I don't like playing with my cousins, because they input this code called rapid fire, which allows you to like spam special your weapons. So they're using this special
Like a
weapon.
cheat.
Yes, like a
Yeah.
cheat,
Yeah.
because we read from the magazines these cheat for this game, and every time they spam that special weapon from this specific character, it hangs up, because it's like a very big blowhorn that's blowing in front of a cargo truck. Then all of a sudden the game freezes up. So it's really annoying, especially if you have almost completed one of the tasks in one mission. So yeah, and also if you're playing this game, you there's also like a hack where you could once you're playing the game, you can um, take the game disc from the CD tray and insert your favorite CD, music CD, and when you close it, it will play on the background. But once you're done with the mission, you must not press complete. You must return the game disc back to the CD tray because it will not load the game. And you must do that before the loading screen because once the loading screen is shows up and you did not put back the game disc, it will not load. So once again, you will need to press the reset button.
Hmm.
So yeah, we really love this game, although it's not as popular as Twisted Metal because Twisted Metal is really hard. Um, I remember playing Twisted Metal 3 solo, and even in the normal difficulty, you get bombarded. It's like that um, you're in an handicap match with 4 to 5 enemy vehicles at once. It's like you're getting bullied. But in this game, it's much more merciful. Even if you have the most difficult mode set in. So yeah, we really love this game. This is one of the most played games in our PS1 library back in the late and early 2000s.
I feel like if I played this game with friends, I'd be constantly looking at the other people's screens to see where they are to find out where to kill them. And but did anyone else experience that? I don't know. I haven't played this game particularly, but I did it like with Mario Kart or I think
Played, I played the Game Boy Color version of this game.
oh.
that was fun. That was fun. I did play. I thought this is fun because it's obviously top down, isn't it? And it's obviously similar. And it's kind of addicted, isn't it? Like you kind of think, okay, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, and it's there. Check it out, JD. Like, what is the GBA, the Game Boy Color version? It exists.
Imagine a Game Boy Color game of this version of this game. It's because I mentioned earlier, it's getting sluggish if you're already playing. Even if you're just playing the two-player mode, it gets sluggish. So I can't imagine the Game Boy version of this.
It's not a 3D game. It's a 2D game. It's not the same graphical premise. It's a top-down style of this, but it's 2D.
So it's like Mario Kart for SNES. Okay, I see.
This is a game that I was aware of that existed, but I never played the PlayStation game. Like many, it's Twisted Metal or not. That was it really. It does obviously the other combat sort of arena game I would say is 007 Racing. I played as well, where you battle against cars as well. But this looks like it's got a much bigger sort of play area than that game. It's not as confined, so you can sort of go somewhere and hide somewhere, etc. It seems like a lot of fun for what it is, and it does seem quite challenging. Obviously, if you and someone else is playing together and you're on a mission, you could both like say, right, you take this side, I'll take this side, and then we'll just meet in the middle. Or you could have these sort of tactics that you could have with a friend of yours, or a brother or a sibling. It looks like a lot of fun. I can imagine.
Actually, turn on the friendly fire.
Yeah.
For a more realistic experience.
There you go. Obviously, it's not just I'm guessing it's also you can play versus against in 2-player as well. But it's nice that you got a co-op mode on this, and you can play with each other and go through it. Again, it's a game that I've yet to play, and it's something that I need to sort of like look into at some point and then give a go since you recommended it. Obviously, I mentioned I played the Game Boy Color version, and how I've played that for obvious reasons. But this is one that I'll definitely give a go. It's a good shout, so I'll definitely check it out. Because obviously, games like Twisted Metal shouted so loud that games like this probably got overlooked. And you've obviously played this game, so it's definitely.
Vehicular combat games have kind of evolved into the what nowadays are the kart games because they basically have vehicular combat there combined with racing. Generally, vehicular combat games in the old days didn't emphasize the racing portion, kind of like Carmageddon. You can either play it as a race or mow down all the zombies or
Mm.
use the weapons against your opponents. But yeah, nowadays they've evolved into kart racing where they focus more on the racing aspect, I believe. That's my
Bonaraka
take on it.
says it's kind of like a CTR. Um,
Crash team racing,
Crash
yeah,
Team
that's
Racing.
true.
yeah, yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So, Joe, your thoughts on this? I don't know if you into
Mhm.
racing or card games either.
No, I mean, uh, when the PlayStation One already came out, I'm practically already a solo player at the time. I mean, maybe during the initial 2 years of the PS1, uh, I think we were in. I was in high school in this, and me and my classmates were you know how we were like we go to this place and we tend to rent out like an hour or so to play a PlayStation, and then we ask for the games to play for an hour. And I think one of my classmates wanted Twisted Metal aside from Vigilante 8. But I keep seeing Vigilante 8 in magazines, and I also saw Vigilante 8 as one of the selectable video games on the shop that we usually frequent. And first time I played Vigilante 8, eh, I'm like, I'm not sure, maybe I was just so desensitized with Twisted Metal that I'm like, handling the cars is a lot worse than Twisted Metal, if that makes sense. I
This
mean,
is like
Twisted
tank
Metal, I mean,
controls.
yes, right? And me and tank controls, it's a skill issue. And I mean, I had an issue with tank controls have issue with me. So we hated each other.
Yeah. You have
With
issues with
Twisted
inverted
Metal, I'm
controls
like,
as well.
okay, so I'm maneuvering this car or this vehicle, right? And it just doesn't want to follow what I wanted it to do. And then when I played Vigilante 8 for the first time, I'm like, this is, I don't know, maybe this is even worse. Maybe because the controls are not as, I mean, they're similar but different in kind of way. And with me in terms of controlling vehicles, and Sir Joel might understand this more, it's the handling. Okay, I mean, what's
Yeah,
the point of controlling cars if you cannot really handle it properly? I mean,
that is
I
true. That
mean,
is true.
I
About
mean,
about
yeah,
80% of the enjoyment of any racing driving game is the handling of the car. There you can there's a marked difference in like in the game between World Rally WRC 4, World Rally Championship 4 versus Rally World Rally Championship. I forgot. On PlayStation 2, there were two different games that were basically in the same franchise but handled very differently from each other. And Joy is absolutely right on this. About 80% of the enjoyment of any driving racing game is the handling. If it doesn't feel right, it's gonna
There
suck
were
for
a
you.
lot of rally games. You had V Rally, you had Sega Rally. You
So
know,
many.
quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what?
Anyway.
You know
and
what I like when when me and my cousins are playing this back when they were just kids and
Mm.
they're still figuring out how the controls work. They were like this. They were
Yeah,
Ah,
you
doing
moving controllers.
jerking
yeah,
Yeah,
moves.
that's how we all do it.
that's funny.
Right, you're like,
we all did that.
oh, we
Yeah,
all did that. We all played. It's just a
Oh,
thing.
that was
Like,
it.
oh,
Those were the two games. World Rally Championship 4 and World Rally Evolved. On two games, almost the exact same type of games on PlayStation 2, but the handlings were completely different. Viraj is also correct on the Sega Rally Championship handled magnificently,
that's
but a game
one.
like World Rally Championship Generations handles poorly. So
Mm,
it all depends on how you handle. In this case, though, Vigilante 8, look, I mean, in your case, Joe, how did it feel to you? Did the game feel too floaty or too heavy for you?
Sergey Demon's right. It really
Mm,
did kind of felt a lot more laggy
mm.
the more players are involved.
True.
And to piggyback what Sir RV mentioned, I mean, you know how we you know how we saw those memes where four players are playing GoldenEye, like
And there's
those
like a
cartoons
box.
like in front of them, right, like on top of each other, so that the other
Character.
person is not gonna cheat and pick through the other screen.
Yeah.
Like we never really had that kind of
Mm.
thing back in the day, but but I mean, if you really are playing it competitively, we would
Oh
have
yeah.
done something like.
Mm.
But this is just one of those games that's just some dumb fun that you just want to enjoy with the others. I
Mm.
mean, you tend to cuss each other out. Stop looking at my screen, dumb motherfucker. Or stuff like that. But it's
It's
it's part of the allure. I mean, yeah, I mean you're playing it competitively slash you're playing it for fun.
Mm.
Uh, motherfuckers picking at the other guy. You know what I mean? uh yeah, I mean it's part of the experience in terms of Vigilante 8, and whether it's Vigilante 8 or Carmageddon or even Twisted Metal, you know what I mean?
These are
And I
the games
remember
that
whether it's Vigilante 8 or Twisted Metal or Carmageddon, it's like because the cars are so poorly handled, you might as well just keep shooting, hoping that you might hit someone or something anyway. Because okay, I want to go. I want to go left, but the car keeps tumbling all over because I hit something or I missed a turn, and the car just won't settle down. And the enemy is right there in front of me, and like you know what? I might as well just spam my bullets, and hopefully I can get some damage out of the other guy.
mm. That's a really good
this is
game.
one of the this is one of the co-op games where the friendly fire happens in your couch.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
no, no, great pick, Sir
oh, did it
JDM. Great pick. We'll move on to Sir Marky Mark's choice. So, Marky Mark, what do you have for your co-op game of choice today?
First of all, this our topic for today makes me emotional.
Nostalgia.
Maybe because it's just like yesterday. I'm playing with my cousin. Ang bilis ng panahon kasi. Also,
Times change quick. Mhm.
right. Way back before, nung bati pa kami. Oh, sorry. My topic for today is about PlayStation 1's Legend. Only Legend.
Legend, yes. Mhm.
Legend.
Yes.
Um, that I think that was around 2002, 2001, when me and my cousin played this non-stop. Okay. Um, Paano ba? Sorry.
Well,
Ganda
describe
kasi
it first. Describe the game first.
it's very, sobrang, na-miss ko lang yung time na yun. Um, Legend was released around 1998. Okay. It's from Sony PlayStation. Legend was developed by Tokai and published by Funsoft, if you guys can remember that. It became one of those forgettable co-op games for PlayStation 1, but it is also that kind of the game wherein the PlayStation has, or what we call, hidden gem. Um, One thing I'll never forget about Legend is maybe the intro as well. The characters when introduced, they will burst through the cards, and also we have that iconic "Welcome to Legend" from the menu screen. That alone felt epic as a kid. You instantly know that you're about to play some fantasy adventure with your friend or cousin. Also, this game has three characters. We have Axel, Tara, and I think the one is Caro, if I remember correctly. Axel was the balanced fighter. Tara was the quick, agile character. Caro was the slow but insanely strong character. So each character had their own style from the game. As for the gameplay, it's that simple. You grab weapons, you slash enemies, you destroy objects. survive the traps, fight giant monsters together. But what really made the game special was for me, dito na papasok, is the physics of the game. As for Boss JDM's topic, the game, we have what do you call that? The driving, or what do you call it?
The
Handling.
the handling.
The handling. Here we have a balanced physics. What I mean by physics is, uh, when you hit an enemy, you feel the weight of that hit. When the enemy hits you, it's just the same. Um, this is before the ragdolls for me. Kasi ngayon the games now is what do you call this? They are always on this ragdolls animation, okay? But way back before, we have that weight. They stumble, they fly backwards, roll down the stairs, smash into walls, collapse hard, getting hit. Every attack, it felt satisfying, especially during those chaotic battles. Also, the graphics. The graphics has its charms. We have the chunky character models, oversized weapons, dark castles, foggy forest. Um, the gritty medieval fantasy atmosphere that felt both cool and mysterious. As for the boss fights, ano ba? Wala akong masyadong maalala sa boss fights eh. As I remember only is it felt intense, especially in co-op. I think we have the giant trolls there. Once the characters are low on HP, everybody starts panicking, running around trying to survive. We have that. But honestly, the best part of the legend is the co-op, the happiness itself. This was the kind of game where you and your friend would yell each other, accidentally hit each other as well, steal foods, laugh after getting destroyed by traps. It wasn't about finishing the game. It's about the memories you can build beside each other on the couch. And also in the game we have these bonus stages. You use a crossbow and shoot things that you can earn from the game. So yeah, that's my topic. That's my game, Legend.
Thank you.
You know what this game reminds me the most of? The old arcade games like Knights of the Round or King of Dragons. It does remind me of those ones.
You know what's really interesting about what you just said, Sir Joel?
Mhm.
And this is something that I don't think Marky is aware of.
Mhm.
This is a remake of a SNES game.
Oh, I
And
didn't
it's
know
called
that.
Legend. It's actually originally on the SNES.
Oh,
And
okay.
there you go. So play Legend. It's got the same name. It's on Super Nintendo. What it was is, so the story behind this is, it came out on Super Nintendo, and then the developers then looked at the Atari Jaguar, and they were going to make a spiritual successor of this game on that, and they were going to call it Conan, and it's an unreleased prototype ROM. They didn't finish it in the end, and obviously, as the Super Nintendo ended, that same publishing company tried to sort of make this on PlayStation. The problem is Sony weren't taking on any of the Nintendo IPs, or they weren't interested in Nintendo branded publishers or whatever for their platform at the time. They wanted to start fresh or whatever. So the two people behind this game, they thought, okay, F this. They just disbanded the old studio name and just started the new one, which is what you said. And they just went and made this as the sort of spiritual successor or the remake of the SNES game. So it's very cool. This is a SNES game. Give it a go.
Interesting. Eric Wahlberg mentioned his favorite co-op game was Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, Sir Eric.
Hi, Sir Eric.
Eric.
Jake also
Welcome back.
commented, Echo Knight, pwede po ba pag-usapan? I'm not sure.
Yes, there
I'm
you go.
familiar with that. Sorry, Sir Joel.
No, well done with the Tagalog, right there. Very good, very good.
Thoughts, guys. Your thoughts on Sir Marky Mark's
Oh
game?
yeah, like I said, reminds me of the arcade games, King of Dragons or Knights of the Round. I
Yeah.
definitely would give it
Very
a
much.
go.
The SNES game is very similar to Knights of the Round. Very
Okay, there
similar.
you go.
It's,
For
it's
me,
worth
it's
checking
like,
out.
How about you, JDM?
do you remember Fighting Force? This is like the
Oh yeah,
medieval
Fighting
version
Force.
of
Yeah,
Fighting Force.
that's
Because
true.
it's
That's true.
also
Fighting Force. That was a good one.
who developed that? Eidos? Eidos
I believe
Interactive?
so. Yeah.
The one who made Tomb Raider.
Mhm.
Hello, Sir Eric. Please come
Hi,
back.
sir.
Please come back. Yes,
Please
please.
come.
We'd love to have you over, even for the occasional guesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'd love to
guesting.
have you here. Yeah.
Jump up now.
Oh, yeah. Come in if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, Joe,
And
before
Joe.
we head to a break, your thoughts on this?
Mhm.
Oh, this game. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Um, it's one of those it's one of those games that really define the PlayStation One.
Right.
You can really tell it's a PS1 game.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at the graphics. At the time when back, like we mentioned earlier, back when the late '80s and the early '90s, beat 'em up hack and slash video games, they're all okay in 2D, and then everything must have to shift into 3D. Okay, especially with the initial push of the PlayStation, everything must, if you really want to push the PlayStation's capabilities, you really must jump into the 3D plane, and Legends is one of them. And I remember having this game. I kind of have like a love and hate relationship with this game, because I remember playing this game with my little brother and with my cousin, and I would have checked the game facts maybe now, but up until this day I haven't checked. But those two discovered how to do the special maneuvers, and up until this day I still have not discovered how to do it. So at the time when this was like late '90s, early 2000s, when we were playing this game. So they're like playing. Whenever we play, they keep going, beating the other opponents, and then they're the ones using the special moves. And for some, and I can't, and I keep telling them, how can I do the special moves? They won't tell me jack shit. And I'm like,
That's funny.
and I hated that. I'm like, and I'm the oldest out of the three of us. I'm like, they're not even telling me how to do it. And then I realized, oh, there's two special meters right there at the side. Oh, okay.
That's funny.
But like I said, I didn't even notice it, because all my attention was just you know on the screen and on my health bar, because that's how we were trained before. You know, late '80s and late '80s, early '90s beat 'em up games. We usually just look at the top screen. We don't look at the bottom screen at all. You know, so I didn't realize that, oh, there's a special move meter down there that I have to fill up, and then I can pull off the move. But then again, okay, I already filled out the move. What do I need to push? They still won't tell me. You know what? Fuck you, Jay, and fuck you, Chris. Uh, anyways, with the game, I mean, looking at the video gameplay now, it's not really that special, considering the graphics that we have nowadays. I mean, looking at the gameplay, so blocky, it's so chaotic, so dark. It's a lot of shade of brown and green, and it's so chaotic. You don't even know who you're hitting, and even you are hitting something, you don't even know if it's really hitting. Yeah. But at the time when this was out, yeah, I loved it I loved it for to such an extent, despite my skill issues playing this game. I mean,
Mm.
you can still play this game even without doing the special maneuvers. You know why? I don't know. Maybe because I just grew up with Golden Axe, where you can do the special moves. I grew up with Spirits of Rage, where you can do special moves. I grew up with Aliens versus Predators, when you can also do a special move. Here, I just sucked doing it. I didn't.
Mm.
But hey, even without the special moves, you can just mash your attack button, just kill all of the enemies whatsoever. Reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons, the
Yeah, the
arcade game,
Towers of Doom and the Chronicles
House
of
of Doom
Mistara. Those are
and
good ones.
Mistara,
Yeah.
right? Speaking of which, Sir Eric,
Eric,
Mm.
you mentioned
Dungeons
Marvel
and Dragons.
Alliance. For,
Let's go.
That game, I
Oh,
sold
Marvel
for
Alliance,
quite a
yeah.
lot of money. At the gaming markets, I sell that game and it goes for a lot of money because it's such a good game, Marvel.
A very
So
very
much
quick
fun.
mention to Eric here
Great
says
game.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance, as we all know, was awesome. It was a fun co-op
Yeah.
game too. It was the first game my daughter, 9 years old at the time, and I completed together. Great memories. Yes, that is
They just
the very
released the physical
core.
copy, just like
That is the very
what
core
this
of
month,
a
right?
co-op game. That is the very core of
Yeah.
a co-op game. The memories that you form as you guys play it together. Yes,
You know what? I just saw Marvel Ultimate Alliance
Mm.
released this month, and I'm like, and I said to prepare for this episode, maybe I should just buy one, buy the PS5 copy just for a show and tell.
Yeah.
And it's like full price. It's like $80, $80 or
Yeah.
$7, and I'm like,
it's a great game.
you know what? As
It's a
much
great
as I'm a
game.
Marvel fan, yeah, as much as a Marvel
Tremendous.
fan I am, and a
Mhm.
beat 'em up kind of guy that I am, $80
Mhm.
for this. Maybe I'll wait for a sale. Maybe Black
Yeah.
Friday.
Mhm. Oh yeah. This
Wait.
this year Black Friday is gonna be lit. Yeah,
The
you were about to
PS3
say, Viraj.
copy I actually sold for like more than the retail price it originally went for.
Really?
Because
Oh, okay.
Because somebody, you know what I found? This is gonna make you laugh. Like, Viraj is a trash panda. So basically, I was throwing out my garbage just like a year ago in my like sort of community storage bin area, and there was a stack of PlayStation 2, PS3, and Wii games, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance was there, and he was just throwing this away. Do you not know how much this was worth? You know, I thought, you know, is it all right if I take all this? Because he was there in the bin room. I said, yeah, go take it, go take it. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. And I took it. This Pakistani guy, I took it. And I said, yeah, this is it. And I took it, I sold it in the market. Def Jam Vendetta was in that part. There was so many people throwing these games away. I think, what's wrong with you? You know,
That's
this stuff is
crazy.
worth a fortune for some people. So, yeah, but Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I tested that game that day. I played it, and I can understand what Eric is talking about. It's a great game. It's a great game. I had a similar memory with my father, and that game was Golden Axe. That was my co-op game. So that was the Golden Axe that you and your daughter played them today. But yeah, great. Everyone's got their own memories. This is a great memory. It's a great game.
Also, if you're picking that game up, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, don't get the PS3 version. It's trash.
Okay.
Play,
really?
play the PC or the PS2 version,
Well,
because
it was a PS3
PS3
version I
has-
sold. Okay.
the PS3 is kind of sluggish, and
Yeah.
the frame rate is much lower than
That's
the
true,
PS2
that's true.
version.
I have to
Yeah,
admit, I
no.
mean, there's certain
Yeah.
games really that just don't adapt well. I imagine that's the way with Marvel Ultimate Alliance. One game that I played that was tremendous on PC but terrible on PlayStation 4 was Farmers Dynasty. It happens. The machine might not be able to handle the level of graphics or processing power that needs to be done for
Yeah.
the game to be fun.
Or
Oh,
the
they've
port,
added too much. They've added too
it
much
wasn't
assets. Too many
it
assets were
wasn't
added.
ported
Well,
if
it wasn't ported
or
well, yeah.
efficiently.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
PlayStation 3
So
can handle a lot. It just wasn't good.
settle this question for me, Sir Marky. How do you do the special moves in this game?
See, Eric.
All right, Sierra. Thanks for passing by. Always a pleasure to have you. Even
Thanks,
for a short
Eric.
moment. Yeah.
On that note, thank you for Sir Mark as well for presenting the game. We'll go to.
So
Wait,
Marky,
I
how
don't
do
know
you
how to do the special move. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
I don't
You
know.
don't-
When I saw Axel doing the
Toolkit.
special move, I was like, "There's a special move."
There you go.
Yeah, that happens too. That happens too. Yeah. Mhm.
So I
you don't-
thought I
so-
was the only one. So it was Sir
was
Boss
not
Joe
just
as
me.
well.
So you guys
Okay.
shared an experience right there.
Oh, so all this
That's
time you don't know that there's a special move?
Mm,
No.
No? Really?
But imagine if you have
That's
finished
funny.
this game without doing any of the special moves. That's
Yeah.
an achievement.
No, yeah, that's true. But nowadays, that's a trophy achievement. That's true. That's true.
Well, you
Yeah.
can finish the game without the special move, but
No,
now
you
I'm
that's the thing. You can finish this game without using the special moves. That's the thing.
yeah. Oh.
That's funny.
But it's so
Alright.
annoying that they can do it, but you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know,
Or maybe we're
nowadays,
not,
nowadays I would
maybe
be
we're just-
rewarded with a silver trophy. You know.
or maybe we're just busy. Like we went straight to the game without looking at
Reading the manual.
That's true.
Yes,
That's
the
true.
instructions.
We always do that.
Hey,
All right.
okay. This is the Philippines. All of our games are bootleg. Okay, ain't no way we get
Oh
the
yeah, that's
manual.
true. That does make sense. Yeah.
Right.
Oh well.
All
You
right.
go to Game FAQs if you want to look at the manual. That's the other way.
All right. And I think with that, we're gonna go into break then. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to check it. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to
okay.
check.
Now Mark is gonna do his
But let us
research.
know after the break.
Yes. All
Go to
right.
Let's go to Game Facts and let's check.
All right. We'll take a short break and we'll come back
Cheat
with the
CC.
rest of the show. Stick around, guys.
Start your own online live streams, webinars, podcasts, online classes, and virtual presentations with Streamyard. By using Streamyard's user-friendly interface, you can also do simultaneous multi-streaming if you have accounts to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms. If live streaming is not your style, video and audio recordings are also available, especially with those who have variable and inconsistent internet connections. The finished output will still come out as clear and well articulated exactly as you originally intended. You can also customize the appearance of your presentation, like green screen effects, facial touch-ups to smoothen out those facial blemishes, multiple cameras for multiple guests joining in the discussion, your own wallpaper on the background, adding your own logo as a watermark, sharing videos from your own computer or other website for added visual aids with or without audio, uploading your own background music if you wish to set the mood when talking, and lots more. Before you can enjoy all of the wonderful full features of StreamYard, you can start with a 14-day free trial by using our link. Not only that you are supporting the Timeless Gamer Show, but you can see it for yourself how easy it is using StreamYard. Do you like playing video games? Do you like reading about history? Do you like learning about video game history? Then you should give yourself the gift of owning some video game history books from BitMap. Since 2014, BitMap Books have published numerous colorful and well-detailed hardbound books about video games ranging from the different video game consoles of old and the various video game genres that will surely pique the interest of its core fanbase. BitMap's team of global video game journalists, players, and illustrators have produced numerous award-winning titles that celebrate the software, hardware, and developers that laid down the foundations for the billion-dollar video game industry we all know and love today. International shipping is also available with careful and considerate packaging from BitMap Books. If you don't want to take my word for it, then you can believe the people, almost 10,000 satisfied customers who submitted their glowing written reviews and video reviews after receiving their books from BitMap. By ordering your first BitMap book using our link, you will also be supporting the Timeless Gamers Show in spreading our love of video games and their rich history.
Welcome back. And I think we've answered your question. So Mark J. Mello says maybe your controller was not connected. So
No, it said here, it tells here that you need to hold R1 and R2 square.
So
there you go.
that's
All right.
Alam ko ba yun?
For real?
for all the characters.
R1 and R2, and then a lot of square.
Yes,
Square.
we have special moves. The other one is square, triangle, square, square, triangle, circles.
What the fuck Mortal Kombat is this?
Button combos. Okay, there you
This is
go.
the kind of thing that you play in Mortal
Just
Kombat.
make sure your controller's plugged in first before you try.
So basically,
Yeah, make
it's,
sure, right?
it's a fatality combo. Understood.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fatality right there.
No wonder. No wonder.
No nga eh.
I'll move on to
Well.
my game. So my
Who the
game.
hell is supposed to
Go ahead,
remember all
RV.
that?
Your game is.
Overcooked.
I think it's pretty obvious what RV's game is. Yeah.
I thought I'd wear my hat just like Sir Joe as well, my cooking hat. But yes, Overcooked, one of
FRB.
my favorite co-op games, developed by Ghost Town games and published by Team 17. The game was released for PS4, Xbox, PC in 2016, and also a version for Nintendo Switch in 2017. It can be played solo, but with co-op games, way more fun with friends. Players control a number of cute chefs in a kitchen filled with various obstacles and hazards. Basically, you got to work together to prepare meals under a strict time limit. And by work together, I mean scream, panic, and accidentally set rice on fire and then blame each other for doing that. Controls are simple. You pick up things, chop things, cook things, serve things. That's it. Sounds easy, right? Wrong. Because the real enemy is communication. This game exposes friendships faster than Monopoly. Terrible things, like how your best friend of 12 years cannot comprehend the concept of a dirty plate. But here's the thing. The game is amazing because underneath the chaos, it's so much fun. For example, the level design is hilariously genius. Every stage introduces a new way to ruin your evening. A kitchen on two moving trucks, an iceberg kitchen, conveyor belts, rats stealing your ingredients. At some point, you stop cooking and you start performing synchronized panic attacks, and somehow it never stops being funny. Now, to be fair, the game isn't perfect. Personally, I would have liked to have seen an online multiplayer. Yes, I know we're talking about co-op, couch co-ops, but for people who don't have friends, like myself, there is a single player mode, but it's nowhere near as enjoyable. And you have no one else to blame if you lose. So you got to blame on yourself. So for me, as you can see the gameplay there, it's very chaotic. I gave this 9 burnt risottos out of 10. The fun fact is actually last year in November, Netflix mentioned that they are doing a TV series based on this game. There's no release date just yet. Shout out to Baroniak. I love Overcooked, the art style. It's kind of similar to Cafe World on Facebook. Very, very much. It's very fun. To be honest, there's a level that I've never actually finished the game because it's the difficulty spike is so hard that when you get to the space level, it's just I've played this with like 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, and even by myself. It's still a fun game. And but yeah, like I said, risottos out of 10. So Joel, what do you think of this game? Have you played this before?
Oh, I've tried this game, and again, like I said, I've tried it solo. I'm a solo gamer by principle, like I said, but I have tried it, and I have to admit, do see the potential for tremendous fun for this game. It's a typical day in a kitchen, except maxed out to 12 instead of 10. And yeah, you have to cooperate, you have to understand each other's pace, you have to understand the goal of the level, shall we say, or what you need to do. And yet stepping on each other's toes is an inevitability, but it's part of the fun of it as well. So in the end of it, it is that kind of game where your fate relies on how well the other person isn't going to dick you over. That's
right.
pretty much Overcooked. Yeah.
That's right. Like I think you mentioned before, you can only go as fast as your slowest person. So Viraj, Overcooked, overrated, underrated, or just enough rated?
I've never heard of this game until you've shown it to me now.
Really? Okay.
Interesting.
I mean, look, it looks like fun. I mean, does it teach you how to cook?
No. No.
He got me. That's a good one. No.
No.
Does it teach you about the environment?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it like Cooking Mama?
Cooking Mama,
Cooking Mama.
no. Cooking Mama is purely solo, and you are the thing about Cooking Mama is that it requires perfection to the point of tedium. I have to say, the thing about Cooking Mama is that the moment that you make a mistake, Mama looks at you with such disappointment that you just want to just throw the game away because you don't want to disappoint your mama. But in this case, Overcooked, you get disappointed at your co-players and you get angry at them, and it fuels your wanting to get better. I think this came out on PS4 as well, right, RV?
There's this other game I played.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Order Up on Wii.
Order Up, yes.
Oh.
Mhm.
So I played that. It was a bit of fun.
On PS5 as well.
Yeah.
And but yeah,
This is obviously a a game that's designed clearly. It's like a problem-solving game where you got a problem solve and you got to talk with someone and say, look, you do this, I've got to do this.
Yes.
It's purely about how good a communicator you are and if you're synced. And I think it can be very frustrating. It can be very frustrating if you're playing with someone who's an idiot. Like, I mean, if I was playing with you four, or you five, I'd have some serious issues here because none of you have good communicator. I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. No, you think it is a game that you probably have a lot of fun with if you can work in tandem with someone. I think this is a point that we haven't really raised in terms of co-op, which is co-ops are only as good as the player you're playing with, be it beat 'em ups, be it versus like sort of co-op racing games or whatever it is. You have to communicate with the guy next to you, man. You got to do it because like he'll be doing something that's undermining what you're doing, and you're both probably doing the same thing, and then before you know it, you've lost, the task. So communication clearly is one of the key attributes in this game. And it does look like a lot of fun if you've got someone to play with. Like you said,
100%.
RB, it's not a game you can really enjoy. And, these games are designed to be co-ops and
people in the comments love it. Jay Mellows, Baronaka, they're all saying they love Overcooked. Keep them coming, guys. So Joe, what do you think of Overcooked? Have you tried it?
I don't know.
He's tried it for real, man. He burnt the casserole,
first-
man.
Oh yeah.
First time I heard of it too.
Really?
But-
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There is Overcooked
No, I
too,
mean-
yes.
I mean, looking at the game, I was going to say it kind of reminds me of Cooking Mama, but a lot more coordination is needed here. And back in the previous gameplay that we saw earlier, I'm like, so aside from you guys preparing your food, there's also the novelty of the stage. Like from the earlier, like all of those crossing pedestrians getting in your way. I mean, is there? I mean, are they supposed to be there? I mean, can't they just move aside? No. Here, the footage right now. They're in a. I'm guessing in a pirate ship, and they're cooking, and their cooking countertop keeps moving around as well.
It's so chaotic.
The heck?
Depending on where the ship rocks back and forth. And there's also a time limit. Wonderful, of course. Other time, time
That's the
pressure.
fun.
Right. It is kind of fun. Yeah. I mean, it kind of reminds me of it's like a party game in a sort of way.
Yes.
Right?
Very true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sorry,
yeah.
so
I can see like if we're doing a challenge to each other and it's 2-on-2, like and we're streaming this game, like I'm not sure what kind of back and forth insults and exchanges that will
You'll
share to
you'll
each
hear
other.
me swearing in multiple languages. Yeah. You will learn a lot of swear words in many different languages.
Right? I mean, yeah. I
man,
feel like
that
I feel like if you're playing this with friends, you'll know the darker side of things that you never
100%.
knew about them before. Like
That's why you should play it.
We know about the dark side of things about you, Joe, without even playing games with you. You know what
like
I mean?
I don't know,
That's
like
all
maybe
I need to know about you, man. So don't worry about you. We know about you. Dark,
like I don't know, like how controlling the other person is, like how obsessive compulsive the other person is, or how the other is like lacks a certain way how to do things.
They're not methodical.
Like like especially me, like for example, like I'm doing the cooking most of the time in our house, so but I'm like, get out of my kitchen, girl. If you don't if you're not even gonna help me and stay away from the kitchen, I'm doing the cooking. So yeah.
It's funny how I'm looking at this stage right now, and it's on a ship. And as the ship tilts and lilts and moves, the entire table layout changes as well.
That's the
That
fun- that's the
sucks.
fun of
That is terrible. You
Yeah.
have to make sure that you're the way that you move isn't constant, because you go into this flow when you're cooking, and either and as you pick up ingredients, you chop vegetables, you baste the meat, there
Yeah,
is a certain
10 seconds left.
yeah, a certain way that you move, and
100%.
as the ship moves, it changes the layout. That sucks
You know
because
what?
what you've gotten used to is completely gone a moment ago. There
I
you go.
If Netflix is really serious doing a show that
Mhm.
based on this is gonna the set alone is gonna be expensive. Like
Yeah, that's true.
moving rig, a lot of people interfering with your work, getting in the way of
And
you cooking from one
On
place
that,
to another.
concerned. I mean, this is not
Yeah.
like there are other IPs they could make a show on. Why this? You know,
Mm,
and
so
well,
the people doing Netflix is doing it with A24. Have you heard that company,
I
A24?
don't think so now.
In collaboration with obviously the developers. But it's going to be, I read up about it that the show will place contestants in high stakes, absurdly designed
Ah.
kitchens where they must race to cook and serve dishes under extreme pressure. So
Oh,
it's
we've had that already. So it's like Hell's
it's like
Kitchen.
it's a reality TV type of thing.
It's Hell's
yeah,
Okay,
Kitchen, isn't it?
got
It's a rip off
there
it.
of
you go.
Hell's Kitchen, man. That's what it's gonna be. Hell's Kitchen
Nice.
is the
Maybe they
one.
get Gordon Ramsay to host it. I don't know.
Gordon Ramsay's the best one. You
Mhm.
I
burned the
love Hell's Kitchen.
scallops. What is this? You're an idiot sandwich. It's
You know?
raw. It's raw.
But
It's
no,
raw.
that's my game. Thank you for listening.
Right.
I'll
This
move on
game
to
is
Sir
like
Joel. Sir Joel, your game, I believe, left.
Oh,
All right, my
there you
game
go.
is going to be one of the more recent ones. Like I mentioned, I'm not really a co-op kind of game person. The most type of co-op games that I did play back then was, shall we say, Contra, where you try to
Mm.
finish the game. You try to finish the game with a buddy, but you steal his lives when you run out. And when you input
friendly
the
fire.
infamous Konami code, there's 30 lives. But then again, to you, it's not 30 lives. You've got 60 lives because you're stealing your buddy's lives. Yeah, and yeah, of course, Viraj hates it, but Ice Climbers, amazing game.
I
Ice
don't
Climbers
hate
is
it.
a
I
good.
just think there are better ones than
Yeah,
that.
okay, fine. But in this case, though, we are talking about one of the more modern ones. It's called Back for Blood. It is
Mm.
the spiritual sequel to one of the classic co-op games in Xbox and PC, Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 were seminal first-person shooter co-op games on both Xbox 360 and PC, where you gather a group of like-minded individuals and blast zombies to try to get from point A to point B. Try to survive. Lots of different environments, lots of different weapons, lots of different opportunities to try to blow the undead away and help each other out because of the fact that you can survive all by yourself throughout the stage, but it's much more fun trying to get through it by making sure that that your buddy it has your back, because that zombie that's coming in to bite you in the ass can be fended off by your buddy behind you. Now, Left 4 Dead was a lot of fun. It established itself in the genre, and to this day, a lot of people are playing it. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Back for Blood is the spiritual sequel to that game, where it's out on modern platforms, PCs, Xbox. It's on Game Pass, if I remember correctly, and on PlayStation 5. And it is it does pick up where the original Left 4 Dead series leaves off. The world is darker, the world is bleaker, the world is much more damaged. There's many more weapons to deploy, defenses to deploy, and weapons to use. And it still has that feel of going from point A to point B, but it's important that you have your buddies along with you, because getting from point A to point B is worse, shall we say, in this case, because of the fact that they've introduced a new mechanic called the card system, where every single run that you have is not the same. There's a card system where you are dealt a certain number of cards, and those cards either give you buffs or give you penalties to try to get through the game. So you get more health with a particular card, but with another card you can't use sniper rifles, or with this card that you got dealt with, you are maxed out with you're always maxed out in terms of your weaponry, but your bullets are limited. The other card gets dealt to you. So it does introduce a sense of randomness to every single run. And some might say this does give a little bit of a unique feel to the game because each run is different, and those cards are dealt to you as a team as well. So you guys know that these cards are going to affect your gameplay, and you guys have to
Oof.
coordinate on the fly. Dude, we're completely out of options right now because of the fact that that gigantic thing over there is blocking our way, and we are not allowed to use grenades, which is one of the more effective ways of eliminating the big guys. So yeah, it's a matter, it's going to be a war of attrition. And like I said, this game can be played solo. There is a campaign to it. You can play it with bots, the same way that the original Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 were. You can have bots, but the fun thing about having actual human players with you that I can see, because I haven't played it with human players, but I have played Left 4 Dead before with human players. It's a lot of fun screaming at your buddy saying, "Fuck!" Oh, sorry, guard that, that guard that place while I lower this bridge because we need to get to the other side to get to that chopper. Get to the chopper, you know. And
Get to the
yeah,
chopper.
yes, exactly. It's a lot of fun, and the pressure of knowing that your entire team is reliant on you performing well, not being a dumbass, because it's the entire team. Sure, you can go through the game alone, you can rely on the bots, but knowing that your buddy is relying on you to try to make sure that the zombies do not get to you while you're performing a task or getting from point A to point B is the core principle of enjoyment of the Left 4 Dead series and Back for Blood. In this case though, Back for Blood, like I said, is darker.
He's
The world is much more wrecked. The characters are completely different from the original Left 4 Dead series. It feels like they've already lived through the zombie apocalypse and they know what they're doing. So you kind of don't feel as attached to them in the Left 4 Dead series, because the Left 4 Dead series, the zombie outbreak is just beginning. So you guys are only getting to know each other. You guys already I have different specialties. One is a tank, one is a healer, one is a sniper, one is whatever, and those guys are only starting to get to know each other's mechanics. In this case though, Back for Blood, you are already established in your roles. You guys have already, it feels like you guys have already been through the war and you're in the middle of things in media stress. So it loses a little bit of the character development with the people that you're with the characters in the game that you're playing with, but it's left to you as actual people playing those characters to try to fit into the roles that are already there. So yeah, it's not you guys discovering each other's strengths and weaknesses. This is more like trying to fit into the role that's been given to you. And some would say that's a strength, some would say that's a weakness. But yeah, as a co-op game, it is a unique aspect. So Back for Blood is the game that I would probably say, if you want a game to play when you guys are all, shall we say, drunk, and you guys are looking for a way to let off steam after a long hard week of making sure that the books are balanced, that the computers are assembled, and the only thing between you and being able to get away from the zombie hordes is how how stupid your player your player team is. So yes, it's a good way to try to build team dynamics and buddy systems and everything. um Death occurs in each one of them, but revival items are scattered all throughout. One thing though, um, one thing about the Back for Blood series, as opposed to the Left 4 Dead series, is there's much more ammo around. So they're scattered all over. So that's one aspect that is an advantage to the Back for Blood series. You don't have to worry about ammo. In the Left 4 Dead series, it's a little hard to get to. You really have to find stashes. Whereas in the Back for Blood series, they made it a point where you don't have to worry too much about the ammo, because what you have to worry about is the dynamics among you guys as you play to try to fend off zombies, as to try to get to point A to point B. So yeah, very very beautiful game. Dreary visually speaking, but the maps are acceptable in terms of team dynamics, and I would say it's a good way to foster team building by screaming at each other. All right. So that's my game. Back for Blood on modern systems, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Steam, and if you got it for free on the Epic Game Store, give it a try. Thoughts on the game or the genre in particular? Anybody? Let's see. Mark, have you ever played this type of game before?
No, I just played Left 4 Dead. I have a question with this game.
Sure, sure,
Ano.
sure.
Are they immune from the virus as well?
Yes. Yes. This is like the you don't get bitten, but you don't turn, but you do get bitten and you do lose health. So you just die, plain and simple. Yeah.
Mm. So they're like just from the Left 4 Dead dudes. They're
Yes.
immune from the virus as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. All right. How about you, Viraj? What's your impression of this game?
And them zombies look scary, man.
Yeah.
Do they?
Designs are
I mean, they
pretty-
come at you like them 28 days later zombies.
yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
They're,
They're not
fast. They're
Jordan
not like
Lucas.
they're not Walking Dead. They're
No,
they
no,
come
they're
at
not.
you
They're not
running
George
dead.
Not the
Romero
George
zombies.
Romero.
No. They're not
Coming
George
for you,
Romero
so-
zombies. Yeah.
I mean, obviously you got different types of zombies as well. You know, some with more better classes in terms
Oh,
of
yeah.
giving you more damage as well. You can see
Yeah.
that as well. I'm sure the zombies make some terrifying
Oh, yeah.
sounds. And this is a game I'll be too chicken to play, to be honest. I can't play it. I have to play it. I have to play it co-op, man. I need someone to hold my hand playing this, man. These sort of survival horror games, they scare the shit out of me, I'll be honest with you. The jump scares would get me, if there are any, and I'm sure there are a lot in this.
Yeah.
I would say that this is a very, very good game in terms of attention to detail. The graphics look outstanding. Obviously, it captures that whole sort of murky look here, if you can see in the video here, of a sort of dark world, shall we say?
Yes.
And you know, you can't see things clearly. In real life, you wouldn't. You know, you got mist in the background, things like that. So definitely, my goodness me, definitely a game that you would want to play with others. For me, it'd be definitely the fear factor alone. I couldn't play this on my own. I need someone to play with me. That's the thing. But I can imagine it's a lot of fun. And it's again,
Yes.
you made a very interesting point when you were talking earlier about how, you know, the whole fellowship with somebody having your back, you know, and once you get through that mission, there's a united feeling of self-actualization, like we did this. And I think that's the point, isn't it, with these sort of games, isn't it, with co-op games? Like, we got to the end together, we did this, and this is, I'm sure the feeling will be greater because like we survived a zombie apocalypse together.
Yes.
We did this. You know, we have this. So I suppose, you know, the theme of this game is very interesting. There are many co-op like sort of shoot 'em ups, you know, but like this one, yeah, I can understand why you picked this, and it's so definitely one that I'll if I ever get the opportunity, I'll give it a go.
How about you, JDM? What's your impression of this game? Is this the kind of game that you would play?
Yes, of course.
Yes, I know you
last
do
time
play.
I-
I know you do play those types of games, right? Like
I
Killing Floor or
played-
Outlast.
Yes, I love Killing Floor. It's because it was designed using Unreal
Unreal
Tournament
Mhm.
2004.
Nice.
And I love defense games like this because you have friends to back you up, even if they're just AI.
Mm-mm.
And what I like about this game, from what I see, the graphics looks great. Look at the blood and gore. And I love that they have a different challenge. They offer a different challenge, like the randomizer
Mhm.
card system, where
Yes.
it's like a blessing and a curse sometimes. I played some games like that, but it's not a zombie game.
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh, there you go.
I'll
Arby's
play with
come
you,
in.
Sir Viraj. I'll play
Yeah,
with
there
you.
you go. Arby's got something for you, Viraj, right there.
I love this games like this. Maybe if I was playing, if this game was released when I'm playing it with my cousins, I will go act like go on and move on without me. Like if I'm dying, just go there.
Save
If my
yourself.
life is like 10% and no, just leave. Just
I'm
just
gonna
leave
let
me
off a
out here. I
grenade
will
and
defend
sacrifice
this
myself.
area.
I'll take out as many as you can. I'll be the hero. You guys get going.
I can just say one thing about this though. There's a difference between playing this game solo and playing a game like Dead Island, or yeah, like Dead Island, because of the fact that the thing about this one, you run on the presumption that the zombies are endless. They will come at you. It doesn't matter how many you kill. There is always going to be a horde waiting for you around the corner. Whereas in Dead Island, it kind of breaks the immersion that you're standing in a place and you kill zombies left and right, and they still coming at you. Like, dude, how many people were in this island? It feels like it feels like the entirety of Europe was here. But they're all there. At some point I would stop. They should stop coming because I've killed a mountain of them already, but they're still coming. Whereas in a game series like this, it's a preset condition that no matter how long you play it, it's short bursts. So you know that no matter how long of a gameplay that you do, there is going to be a lot of them coming at you. So and it's I guess that's one advantage of this co-op type of game as opposed to a game like Dead Island. There is there's no worry about the limit of the zombies that are coming at you. So Joe, I want to find out. I know this is definitely not your bailiwick. I know this is this type of action game is not something that you would play, but would you play it with the possibility of a team of people that you work cohesively with, like co-workers, friends, buddies, or something like that?
First of all, Sir Joel is a walking enigma sometimes because he keeps
Yeah.
saying to us he doesn't like scary games, horror
Yeah.
games. He's pretty much okay with fast-moving zombies coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
the thing
mean, he's
about
okay
it,
with that.
because I can tell you this one thing. This does not have the dread factor. When you're talking about slow shambling mounds of doom, like in Resident Evil,
Or
the
Silent
feeling
Hill.
of dread is
Yeah.
there because that feeling that you're about to turn a corner and there's something that turns towards you with dead
Yeah.
eyes about to chomp at you.
Yeah.
That is scary. Whereas if you have a machine gun with unlimited ammo, I'm going to blast your brains out of your skull. So
Yeah.
that
There's
is
something
it.
you
So
said about that.
sure,
Yeah.
go ahead. Yes, that is
Dead,
not that is
Dead
the enigma
Space.
portion
Dead
explained.
Space
Yeah.
is terrifying. Dead Space.
Mm,
That is terrifying. I can't play
that's
that. There's
it.
so many
Yeah.
games I'm like, oh goodness me.
Mhm. So yeah, Joe.
Right.
I would say yeah.
I mean,
That's it.
yeah. I mean, I played something similar. I mean,
Mhm,
back in the day when rail shooting games were the popular
Oh, it did. Yeah.
uh
House of the Dead or something like that. Yeah.
arcade
Yeah.
games, and then uh House of the Dead, even
Mhm.
Alien. I think even Aliens have their own game
Yeah.
as well,
Yep.
rail
Mhm.
shooting games.
Yep.
And of course, and this was a time when Doom and Wolfenstein were like, what? These
Mhm.
are just first player games, but the
Mhm.
rail shooting games, those are the co-op,
Mhm.
first person kind of games, shooting games
Mhm.
that you might want to play with somebody else. And I played Counter Strike, and looking at the video footage right now, so it's like you're a band of guys. You're trying to play. You have a mission, plant the explosives, or
Mhm.
save some survivors. Make sure that the zombies don't get you. And and I'm like, okay, I can play some. I mean, I have if this is like the same mechanic as before, I can play something like this.
Mm, okay.
I mean, I'm all right with playing with somebody on a like a first person shooter kind of game, or like a rail
Mhm.
gun shooter kind of game.
Okay.
And with this game, I feel like the way Sir Joel mentioned it, you must keep on running, moving, and shooting, otherwise you'll die.
Yes. Mhm.
Because
True.
because how I usually play this kind of games, I usually just pick a corner and then just wait until somebody approaches me,
Camp.
and then put their brain
You're a camper.
to a
Okay.
headshot.
Okay.
I'm a wait and see. I'm a sniper wait and see kind of guy.
Okay. Yeah. You're a
And
camper.
yeah,
Okay. Got
and
it.
I'm not the aggressive kind of attacker. Like, okay,
Mhm.
Leroy Jenkins my way through all of the horde of zombies coming at me. Like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's a good thing. There's a lot of ammunition here,
Mhm.
but then again, it's like keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, because the moment you stop, all the zombies will reach you eventually, and it's really hard for you to recover from there. And I'm like, okay, so why not just look for all of your teammates, just
Mhm.
stay there. But then again, you have an objective, and
Yes.
like, dude, you're it. Okay,
Mhm.
how about we stay here at the base, and you're the one who's gonna plant the explosives all by myself? Yeah.
Mhm.
So, fuck you guys.
Well,
Yeah, I
another
mean,
thing.
yeah, because in the gameplay footage, I'm like, okay, the
Mhm.
three guys back in the base, like one of them is dying,
Mhm.
and the other two guys are not doing anything to save the guy. So just for your group to survive, you have to run all the way back in the base, and you're the
Mhm.
one reviving the other dude.
Well, yeah, there's some people who are idiots like that. They don't revive because one thing is recovery items. That's one thing. Recovery items are not as plentiful. They're not as easy to come by. Ammo is easy. Recovery items are not. So that's the thing. So if you the EpiPen, what's the right word for it? The
Mm,
revival shot that you need to
mm.
get your buddy up is a little bit harder
And
to come by. That's
Stim,
it.
Stimpack,
Mhm.
Stimpack.
And
The
because
syringe, yeah. Hmm.
you're too busy being overrun by the zombies,
That's
so
true.
Yeah.
There's also
there's
that. Yeah.
also a time
Mm.
where you
Mm-mm.
need to
Mm.
revive.
Oh, and that's one. That's another thing, Joe. The thing about which perfectly points to the enigma. The fact is, with games like Resident Evil or Silent Hill, scarcity plays a factor as well. You don't have as much weaponry at your disposal. Whereas with a game like this, like Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood, you've got machine guns, motherfucker. So you
Yeah,
you
you're in
can you
America.
can all
You're
these
not in Europe.
zombies.
You're in America. You got all the
Yeah.
weapons you can.
Oh
You're
You're in
in
yeah,
America.
there
America
you
now.
go. And which is proof positive. Another thing, I was playing this as a quick run through on the large TV, and my wife is absolutely hates horror. She won't even step
Oh,
in the
bless
same
her.
room. But
Yeah.
when I played this, she saw how much action there was. It wasn't a horror game, it was an action game, and she was perfectly fine with the zombies coming at you. So, like I've
Mm,
always said, of the classic monsters, Dracula, the werewolf, and Frankenstein's monster, zombies are the easiest to deal with because they're just humans that don't feel pain. And yeah, in this case, you just have yourself a nice little 9 millimeter, have that slug go through the zombie brain, sever the brain stem. You're good. Yeah, so that's the
Just
thing.
Rambo with
Mm, yeah,
zombies.
just Rambo with zombies. In this
Yeah.
case, the missus was perfectly fine with this game because it didn't have the sense of
mm.
dread or horror as compared to other games like Silent Hill or Resident Evil or
Look
Alone in
at
the
that,
Dark.
you have a minigun.
Oh, you have a minigun too. Yeah, that's always a plus, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So yes,
Yeah.
that is the thing. So I would say Joe might actually enjoy this one for the fact that we would designate him as the sniper for the group. Joe, go up there.
Camper.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure our asses are covered from up there. I'm going to go up and mow them down. Make sure that no zombie bites my ass from behind. Okay, that's
Yeah.
it.
Whatever, man. We use so Joe is a sacrificial lamb, man. Like, roll him
No,
in there.
as a sniper though, in a game like this, somebody has to be around him too, because of the fact that he might be
Yeah,
camping, but the
that's correct.
zombies might come up behind him. That
That's
happens as
right.
well. So it's a two
It's
by two
the
team. Yeah. Mhm.
What's that movie? Saving Private Ryan. The Lord
Mm.
is my shepherd.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's that.
He's
Yeah.
the sniper. He's
That's
the
true.
sniper guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. So and
Fair enough.
that's my game, RB. Back for Blood
Thank
on
you.
modern systems. Left for Dead for Xbox 360
Thank
and
you,
PC.
Sir Joe. Really good, really good choice. Thank you for that. Last but not least, we have Sir Joe.
I
Yes.
mean, it,
Yeah.
it could be least. But when we get that episode, he thinks, crap. This better not be crap now. I'll be really annoyed. Make sure it's a good one this time.
I will choose crap, and you guys will like it.
Oh my
No.
goodness. Okay, fine.
This is what you got.
Always picks good ones.
See.
Look at his face, so stoic. I can never tell what this man is thinking.
All
We come up with him. He's got a poker face, isn't it?
right. Let's see what Joe has in store for us.
No, no. I mean, I got nothing. I mean, compared to you guys. So, I mean, I'm bringing it back because usually
Hmm.
Sir Joel is our resident retro guy, but he
Yeah.
chose
Yeah,
something,
it's quite
something
modern
a
for
little bit
him.
more modern.
Hmm.
Okay,
Surprised he didn't
so
hair, surprised he didn't dye his hair black for this one. But go on.
Well,
I'll
RV
play
did say anything
something.
goes.
Yeah,
RV did say anything goes for this episode, so I
Oh
decided to
no,
he
try
did
something
say
irrelevant
anything
for you.
goes.
Yeah.
I actually
So
like the choice, though, Joe. I think it's really cool. It's actually a game that
Hmm.
out of all the
There you
ones
go.
that I think that's the best one personally.
Hmm.
It's one that, well, for me, I think that's one that
Hmm.
appeals to me. It's something that's different. I haven't seen that before.
All right, let's see what Joe
yeah,
has.
I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, after the PlayStation One, I started became more and more single player kind of guy. Um, but back in the day of the 8-bit and the 16-bit era, yeah, uh, I played with others. I played with my brother, played with my cousin. A lot of times, some of my friends back in the neighborhood kids, especially with family computer. That's the thing we have back in the day. So a lot of multiplayer games as well. Yeah, like you guys mentioned, like you got Contra, you got Twin B, like actual two players in one screen, playing with each other. So and a lot of times, so I'm basing this on the way I remembered it. Okay, because there's only a little amount of two-player games. Well, in this case, couch co-op games that I actually played with someone. Okay,
Okay, so what
so
was it you play? What's the game of
my
choice there?
game now is I'm just setting it up.
You're stalling,
Very
man.
very impatient.
Stalling. Just get to it.
Dun-dun-dun.
No, I'm setting it up. Okay, so my game now is Battle City.
Ah,
This. Okay.
Jay Mallows guessed it, Joe. Jay Mallows on Twitch. He should
Yep,
get a prize. There you
Go,
go.
Jay.
Battle City.
Oh yeah,
There
you
you
said
Okay,
this.
go.
Yeah.
so I
Yes.
mean, if you're a kid in the Philippines, you know this game. All
Yes.
right.
That's where our
Sir
Yes.
that's where
JDM
I learned
knows this. Sir
games.
Joel knows this. I'm not sure if Sir RV is old enough to know this.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if Sir Marky Mark is old enough to know this. But back
Yeah,
in the
this
day, if you really want some co-op gaming, and it will really test your patience and your
Patience.
friendship even
Mm,
more so than freaking ice climbers, Battle City.
Battle
Okay,
City. Yes.
no rhyme or reason, no story whatsoever, just tanks blowing the other tanks. Okay, so you got there are 20 enemy tanks that will come out like at what, every 2-3 minutes or so, right? Uh, all across the screen. It will show. It will twinkle, and that's when you know that there's an enemy tank going in. Some tanks move fast, some tanks move slow. There are some power ups here and there, like grenades or some even upgrades that will improve your shooting, and not really armor, because one shot from the enemy tank and you're dead. Really,
Mm.
this is one of those one shot kill. Unless of course if you're able to power up your tank to one of those uh, uh, the final evolved tank. I
Yeah.
think it will take you like what, two shots before you'll get destroyed. The way I remember with this game, there's two ways to play it. You can play it aggressively, or you can play it defensively. Aggressively, just go straight to where the enemy tank is and just destroy them as fast as you can.
Mhm.
Find them, go on ahead. Or you can play it defensively. Just pick a spot, stay there, and whichever tank is close, you shoot, and hopefully their bullets don't get you. I mean, their bullets or their shells don't get you first. You can pretty much, if you know what you're doing, if you played this game like a lot of times already, you can pretty much
Mhm.
plow all through this.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I believe there's like 100 stages in this game, and
Oh.
then it will revert back.
Mhm.
Although, I mean, one of the good things about this game is like every stage, the stage layout is different from what it was before. I
True.
mean,
True.
it's very creative in a way. Uh, there are certain stage designs that are like, oh, okay, it looks like this character, or it looks like this, kind of looks like that. Um, the enemy, the enemy's objective is to destroy your base. I mean,
Yes.
there's that eagle right there at the bottom center.
Mhm.
So, um, uh, their objective is to destroy your base, and it's not like they're moving on like they go straight to your base. They move randomly, really. So, they move randomly, and they shoot randomly as well. So, but then again, if you're not too careful, eventually you'll they'll get to your base. Okay. Um, there's also, I think the more tanks that you'll kill, the more points that you'll get. Uh, in some cases, you might, like, for example, because it's only it only takes one bullet to kill you anyway. And if I can remember correctly, if you gain enough points, you'll also get a one up. Assuming, of course, the last kill uh, is not taken away from you by your by your friend or your brother or by whatever. Yeah, I mean, most of the time you're just battling for points at this stage. I'm like, motherfucker, that was my kill. I need that points. You snooze, you lose, bitch. Stuff like that. There's also the create a stage, if I remember correctly, Sir Joel, Sir JDM. So there's also a create a stage here,
Yes.
uh, that if you wanna reinforce
Mhm.
your base with like metal bars so
Mhm.
that it's invulnerable to enemy attacks, or you want your eagle base naked, like there's no
Mm.
barricade whatsoever, just one
Mhm.
hit and then boom, it's game over, man.
Mhm.
uh, you can create like you can create a stage where there's like nothing but a moat, so all of the enemies are just there, they're pretty much trapped, and you and just just weasel your way, just shoot at them while they're sitting ducks, they can't move, they can move anywhere else, they're just stuck there because you designed the stage that way. Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had in this game, uh, whether you're playing it alone, you're playing it with someone else, or you're creating your own stage. So yeah, I mean, if it's something like, if you have this on an emulator, or you're playing it on a phone, or a or a mobile emulator device, it's a nice way to pass the time, really. And as far as I know, you can also choose the stage that you want. I think that's a secret function of this game. Like, like for example, if you're, am I right on that one, or am I remembering
Yes,
it
that is
wrong?
correct. Yes,
Yes.
you can choose the stage. At the beginning of the game, you can move the controller up and the direction
No.
pad up and down, and you can choose the stage to start on. Yes.
So it's like, what I remember, we were playing defensively. One of us will say, so we will pause the game. I'm like, okay, see there, you stay there, or stay right there, don't move. You'll guard the base. I'll be the attacker, something like that. Uh, so there's some strategy in this game, despite of its simplicity. There you go.
Mhm.
uh, so JDM, I know you know this. So, any thoughts about Battle City?
I played a lot of this game with my sister. Um, we had the Famicom back then.
Mhm.
And what I noticed is, if you would like to get all the points, you must not get the grenade um, pick up, because it will blow up the all the enemies on the screen, which will
Mhm.
not reflect on the
On the tally?
scorecard. Yeah,
Yeah.
when they tally the
Oh yeah,
enemies.
yeah. You're right. Yeah.
And sometimes if I don't get the power up where you rank up your tank, sometimes I get frustrated and become a defector. I just I just blow up the base. That's what
You
you
blow up
get
your
for
own
me.
base.
That's what I remember with this game with my sister, because back then I don't know who my cousins are, because they're back in the province when we had our Famicom. It's just my sister, so I haven't played the retro games when I was in Leyte. So this is most of the retro games played with my sister, and yeah, I kind of miss that, because that's the only time that we really get along together well.
Bonded.
Yeah.
How about Sir Joel? Battle City.
Yeah, Battle City was seminal. It's one of the most searched for games in the 9999 cartridges that you buy off of the bootleg places. When you get one of those, it's one of the games that you
Got to
boot
be on
up
there.
first. Exactly, it has to be in there. It has to. Everybody wants to try it out first to make sure that it runs well. And the nice thing about Battle City is, yes, like Joe says, no story, no nothing, no plot. You're just tanks in a world where you guys are going to have to try to eliminate each other to the very end, or defend your base so that all the other tanks are gone. So I would say this is the distilled one of the purest choices of co-op games in this entire episode, because of the fact that you guys know two things: you either defend your base, or you either eliminate all the enemies, and you have to work together to make it happen. Unless of course you're JDM, who turns traitor and blows up your own base. So yeah, I
A
would
lot of
say,
frustration.
yeah, this is that game that does embody the very core of co-op. So yes,
That
good choice,
level looks
Joe.
like Mappy.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're
Yes.
right.
It's
That's the nice
Namco,
thing.
right? It's
That's the nice
Namco.
thing about it. The level creator of the game itself back in the Famicom was quite interesting. You could design your own stage, and you could play
It's like
through it with
ANSI
your
art.
buddy. Yes, exactly.
Uh,
Yes. So yeah, you could just draw a gigantic dong there if you want.
Sir Marky. Sir Marky Mark. Battle City. Go.
Mhm.
Sorry, I have to ano.
Yes, that the intro music. Yes, exactly.
Yes. Actually, I played this before, way back 1994, 1993. I have some good grades before, so my adoptive parent bought me the Good Boy console. I don't know if you guys know that Good Boy console. I don't know
Bootleg.
even if
Bootleg
it.
Famicom.
Yes, I don't know if it's legit or bootleg or what. So this is
It's
one of the
bootleg.
Name
games.
like that, it's bootleg, man. Bootleg.
Yeah,
It's bootleg.
yeah. So yeah, this is one of those games that I enjoyed. Beside from Kung Fu and Excite Bike. So I had some great times with this game.
Yeah.
How about Sir RV? Battle
Uh,
City.
Unfortunately, never played this, but
What?
looking
Oh,
at
see?
the gameplay that you can see on the screen, it just for me, it kind of reminded me of Bomberman, when
Yeah.
kind of like yeah, it just reminded me of that. And so, but yeah, no, it definitely looks fun. So yeah, looks like a great co-op game. I want to try it.
Sir Viraj. Battle City.
I mean, what I find, I just want to just pause for a minute and just think about the greenhouse footprint that this, the carbon footprint that all these tanks are producing in this game. Yeah, and your last one you were talking about awesome possible about preaching green, and now you present this. The hypocrisy
carbon
What is going on with
footprint.
you?
None these tanks in real life would not even.
They are running on Steam. Okay.
There you go. That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
whatever,
They are
man.
running on
They're,
Steam.
they're,
Okay?
they're electric tanks. No. These
Okay,
tanks.
let's
All
just
these
say for the
tanks
are
record,
on
they're not
Steam.
using fossil fuels to
Mm.
to run the tanks. They're using
Man, that's
Steam.
it.
Okay.
All these tanks do not consume the same have the same carbon footprint as Taylor Swift traveling in her private jet. Okay.
These
Yeah.
are lies. These are lies. Also, no. All jokes aside, this is obviously well, I say obviously, no, nobody knows. This is a sequel to an arcade game that Namco released called Tank
Yes.
Battalion, and they had a sequel to this called Versus Battle City as well that came out, and there was a Game Boy version of that, which is very cool. So, one thing that Namco's made so many arcade, like they've gone into the 3D world. I had this game on Wii U called Tank, which is basically a 3D version of this. I don't know if you've played it. It's an arcade game, but it's like so Namco Bandai made an arcade version, 3D tanks, where you can do this sort of thing. Have a look at it; it's pretty cool. But this was a game changer. I think before this, because sadly it was only a Famicom release when it came out officially. At the time, we never had a Western release in the America or
Like you
Power
need to. I mean, you don't have to localize this. There's no dialogue. You just
Yeah, I don't know
very
why
good.
why Namco didn't do it. It just is what it is. But it's had subsequent re-releases anyway, so we'll see it on the Wii and the Wii U or what other compilations that they were. But you know what? I like this game. I think it's a good choice. A lot of fun. It's a step up from what I would have played at the time, which would have been Combat on the Atari 2600, and there's tanks in that, if you know what I mean. So Joel's nodding away because he's from that era. But yeah, there's so much more variety here. Obviously, you've got not only two tanks can you take on the guys, but also obviously you can attack each other. But it's so nice to have someone with you, and you're taking on this army of tanks against you, and you've got so much variety in terms of level layouts, power ups, etc., etc. And also the fact that you can make your own map is really cool as well for Famicom era. That's really good. So again, a huge step up from what I would have played before, which would have been Combat. There's a huge step up for that next generation. And I can imagine that it's a lot of fun if you had a sibling at the time to play with. It's just a game I missed out on, but I have played on it since. So yeah, definitely a solid game for sure. Good
The one thing
choice.
about this is that
Choice.
I never realized, like, when we agreed to do this episode, back in my mind, I'm like, I was about to choose Dungeons and Dragons. It's another beat 'em up game, I said, and like, how about we choose something else? And Battle City is just one of those games. Like, I'm not sure that if we are ever gonna showcase in this show. And I said, you know what, might as well. I mean, somebody already chose like a beat 'em up game. Would I even follow that? You know what? Let's just go
Yeah.
Battle City.
Well,
It's
what I like is
retro.
it's so
Everybody
good.
has something to say about Battle City. Everybody knows that game. Why not?
What
Or
I
a
love about this
game with-
episode is we've all chosen different types of co-op games, different genres. Yeah, I've chose the beat 'em up. You chose some weird cooking game. You chose the,
Also for the joke.
Weird ass cooking game.
For a tank.
the combat car cooperation one. You chose the zombie apocalypse, like shoot the bastards, FPS one.
It's good variety.
And you chose the Legend, which is like sort of 3D style beat and brawler. But it's really interesting because you weren't aware that it was a SNES remake, and the SNES one is definitely worth playing. And obviously, he's chosen Battletech City, so it's really interesting. Really interesting stuff. Actually.
And with Sergio's choice for a tank, for a video game with tanks, it's the one that doesn't have the tank controls, because you can just, if you push left, you go left.
You got
Right.
Right.
That's it.
It's so
Not
simple.
even,
When
Don't have to
you
worry
push
about
up, it
diagonal
goes up. If you
No
push down, it
diagonal.
goes down. If you push left, it goes left. It goes right. It goes right.
no diagonals though. No.
So simple.
No tank controls for
Very
a
good.
game
Fuck
with
time
tank.
controls.
Oh, that's good. Now that great game choice. I think great game choice by everyone. It was like Sir Raj said, it was great variety. I think great variety, and thank you for everyone for presenting their co-op games. Before we do our shameless plugs, I want to shout out to the many in the chats. Mami Jane, Baron Rika, Jay Mellows, Eric Wahlberg. Please come back and join us again. Sir Eric, Sir Jake, Vega Samson, Sir Marlon, and Sir Dan. Thank you all for joining us on the co-op game episode. Special mention to Sir JDM for sharing those lovely videos of it's always nice to look back at old videos, isn't it? Brings back fond memories sometimes, not all the times. But anyway,
Just
Sir
sad
JDM,
because it's just sad because they're not into video games anymore right now because most of them have their kids of their own. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I I'm really rooting for them to teach their kids about video games.
Yeah.
I think one of my cousins who was in the video, in the first video, he asked me what um like handheld console to give to his son as a gift. So I said just to get an Unburnick RG35X and you're good to go. I think that's like a gateway to teaching your kids and playing actual
well,
video games,
Mm.
not your mobile games.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Mobile
But-
games are not real games.
But
Mobile gamers are not real gamers.
Right. So you can catch
Mobile
me
races.
on one two three go retro Facebook and Twitch and also on YouTube. And a special shout out to one of our regulars, Kurt Labrado. I'm not sure if he's watching right now, but I remember playing with him a co-op game called A Way Out from Electronic Arts. It's one of the co-op games that we have played back in during the pandemic era, as well as the uh, Star Wars Battlefront 2. We used to play that. So shout out to Kurt Labrado. Hope you're watching.
Thank you, Sir JDM. Sir Viraj, where can they River City your girls to?
River City, my ransom. So yeah, I'll be on the Sega Genesis group on Facebook. Obviously, you can find me on the episodes here. And obviously, if you're in the UK, which none of you are, I'll be trading at the London Game Market on the 21st of June. That's where you can find me. All right.
Thank you, Sir Viraj. So Marky Mark, where can they leg your gens? Legends. Get it?
You can catch me at my personal Facebook, Makanson Verama, or our Facebook page, One Up West. Thank you guys for watching our episode for today. Hope you guys will be here next time as well.
Thank you, Sir Marky Mark. Sir Joel, where can they left your blood?
All right. Well, first things first, I want to reply to Ray Q. He says, but I play my retro games on my mobile phone. Does that mean I'm not a real gamer? No. Ray Q, you are a gamer because the game that you're playing is a classic retro game. It's just the format that is different. But those mobile games like I don't know, and then the
Mobile
really
Legends.
quick ones, yeah, Mobile Legends. Sorry to have to say, those don't qualify. But in any case, yes, you can always find me, almost always find me here in the Timeless Gamer Show. Every single episode that I can, unless life gets in the way, and streaming my classic retro and modern games on different platforms like Kick.com, Twitch.tv, and Rumble.com, and on the brand new streaming platform, Streamer.live, STREAMR.LIVE. Very light, very easy to use. Create an account and you're good to go with streaming. Share your love of retro and modern games on streamer.live, STREAMR.LIVE. Really good place to stream. You guys might want to check it out. Start your account. Who knows? You might be the next big streamer, broadcasted all throughout the world, like Amaranth or like Stephen Ha or somebody like that. So yeah, back to you, RV.
Thank you, Sir Joel. And shout out to Sir Kurt. Thank you, Sir Kurt, for tuning in. Sir Joel, where can they battle your city?
Right. PUBG's PUBG players are weak. Play Vigilante 8 and then we'll talk.
No. Oh.
Thank you again for joining us for this episode, and thank you for to Sir RV for taking the lead of this show, this episode as well. Thank you for the panel as well for sharing their video games choices for this topic. A lot of variety here, guys. Wonderful, and thank you guys down there at the chat for your interactions as well, sharing your experiences and your games of choices. and where you can catch me here. I mean, where else do I go? I mean, I'm stuck here. so, so, like, uh, just whoring out the shows of this channel, of course, Timeless Gamers. And then every first Saturday of the month, we are doing Saturday Smart Talk, and we're also planning on getting a an anime slash manga podcast eventually soon. I think it's gonna be sooner than later
Mhm.
because of some hullabaloo. Anyways, we'll get into that eventually.
Mhm.
Uh, thank you all so much, and yep, that's it, guys.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
As for me, you can catch me on Retro Vibes on YouTube or Saturday Smart Talk every first Saturday of the month, which the next one is the 6th of June. If you want to have a catch us there. You also catch me here on the Timeless Gamer Show as well every week. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, guys, to the Timeless Gamer Show, where our games and bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain
Timeless. All right,
Thank
everybody,
you.
enjoy your
Peace
weekends. Make sure
out.
you drink a lot of water, and whatever's left of it, make the most of it. All
Shout
right,
out, Sir
enjoy.
Richard.
Go play Battle Sea.